Wednesday, May 14th, hump day. It is what it is. Big news on NVDA. We'll go over that. SMCI is freaking flying. I got an alert yesterday. I also spent six figures yesterday in the market. I'll tell you exactly what I bought. A strategy from TRENDSPIDER, an 8 and 21 day strategy. It's pretty much a standard. We'll talk about the plane that is being gifted over to the United States. Why? Airbnb launched something kind of cool. I mean, it's really cool. Disney has been on a streak. The UNH story, United Healthcare, is just it's kind of crazy. How Google's monetizing stuff, and we'll talk about more. And a strange crypto comment, not strange, but just kind of puts things into perspective. How quote unquote old Wall Street thinks of crypto still to this day. Now QQQ, we crossed above the 200 day. I mean, you know, and I was on Spaces yesterday, and these guys who were technical traders, nothing good happens under the 200 day. You know what happens under the 200 day? You buy under the 200 day, and good things happen. So, you know, taking it back to the movie, The Big Short. If you've never watched it, one of the great scenes is when Ryan Gosling says, "This is my quant. This is my quant." Well, you want to know what my quant is? My quant is this. Okay, it's Trump meeting with all of these CEOs. Name every CEO in this thing. Sam Altman of OpenAI. Okay, should invest. You can get it through Microsoft. Invest in Microsoft. Then you've got Elon Musk, I think. No, this is president of FIFA. You know, invest in sports. Disney. You know, you can do Amazon. You know, you've got NVIDIA. Put that in your portfolio. Then you've got the chief officer of Google. Put that in your portfolio. Look at the Larry Fink of BlackRock. Put that in your portfolio. This is my quant. Okay, they're shaking hands in the Middle East. The IBM CEO. Put that in your quant. You know, again, Palantir, Carp. Put it in your portfolio. These are the people that are meeting, and Elon Musk is the king. I mean, just put it in your portfolio. That's my quant. Again, show over, mic drop. You don't need anything else to build a portfolio. Just look at who is at that table. Because you know what? My theory, AI is the new gold. It's the new oil. You're going to see the Middle East go out of oil and into AI. It's the new currency. And what's the U.S. doing? They're trading chips for planes. Qatar is giving us a plane. We'll go over all that. But where are you on the fear and greed index? Because as of yesterday, I'll look at it again right now. We'll just go CNN fear and greed index, and we can go look at it live right now. It was at 69. It's at 69 still. Where are you? Because when you're at extreme fear, were you buying? Because you should have been. Again, it's not, don't go balls deep when you're extreme fear, because you can always go down. There were structural issues with the economy. This tariff war, which was the dumbest recession ever, we got nothing out of this. There is nothing that has changed. Excuse me. There is nothing that has changed. So it was the dumbest thing to ever do. But the good news is we're back in Trump 2.0, which is very similar to Trump 1.0. Okay? And Trump 1.0, when he started the tariff stuff, that was what was crazy. When he started that tariff stuff, he you know, back in 2018, the market crashed as well. The market crashed right now. Came back. And if you want to read a timeline of events, April 2nd, S&P settles. Following a closing bell, President Trump announced the sweep. April 3rd, Liberation Day, the S&P cratered. April 4th, benchmark plunged. April 7th, hits a 52-week session low. Wall Street Premier gauge falls 1.57 on April 8th. April 9th, historic day. Largest single advance in the S&P since the end of World War II. Again, it's never a straight slide down. It's a staircase down. So you can read all of this, but where are we today? Where are we today? Well, after today, we hit more than 60% of the components in the S&P hitting a new 20-day high. Quite rare, rather bullish, strong performance across the board, and a higher a year later, 18 out of 18 times. And analysts like Raymond James, they're lowering their S&P earnings per share. They're coming in. And I've gone over this in past podcasts. Okay, you can go back and listen to those past podcasts if you want. But the way you think about this is the earnings per share of $250, okay? And they maintain their year-end target of $5,800. That means it's a forward multiple. You just take 250 divided by 5,800, you get 23.2. That is the forward multiple, because if that's the earnings for the year and the S&P is at 5,800, that's the forward multiple. So when you hear people say forward multiple, that's it. What's the multiple likely to be at? It wants to be at 18 to 19 historically. Go and ask Perplexity. Anything under 20, bullish. Anything over 20, it seems to be overpriced. So something has to give. Either we're going to make more than 250 for the year, or we're going to wind up lower than 5,800. And if you go and look at a chart, and I usually look at the Qs, but to do the S&P, you look at SPY and you just take it off, okay? Where are we this morning? We are at 588. That means 5,880. So if Raymond James is right and we end the year at 5,800, that's 80 points down. Not a huge margin down, but it's 80 points down. And that's an overpriced S&P. So the markets are positive for the year. Okay, closes with year-to-date gains for the first time since February. I am not. I am still in the Mag 7. I am still largely in Apple. I am still down about, I think it's about 6-7%, somewhere in that neighborhood. It might be less. I didn't look at it. But my whole portfolio in all four of mine, no, I'm sorry. I think in my healthcare savings, which is just QQQM and VOO, I think that one's about even, but the rest of them are down because I'm heavily concentrated in the Mag 7. Now, I believe that the Mag 7 is going to lead us back to all-time highs. So I'm fine in that. I am perfectly fine in that. My best performers yesterday were alpha picks. And I've said it before, alpha picks is expected to outperform on the rebound. And so far it has. Celestica, CLS up 10% yesterday. AppLovin up 7% yesterday. Credo up 6% yesterday. Okay. And I just have it as part of the alpha picks portfolio. Let's look at Celestica. Where's Celestica? Well, if it gets back to its all-time highs at 133, because the algorithm had you buy in here at 77. Okay, let's look at AppLovin. I said AppLovin's probably getting back to its all-time highs at 495. Where is it trading right now? It's trading at 374. Algorithm got you in at 234. And then Credo, if it's getting back to its all-time highs, it's at 79. It's at 59 right now, just passing its 200-day. Do I expect a straight road up? No, it's not a paved road up. It's going to be staircase. It's going to be like hiking where you got to climb over rocks and do all of that stuff. It's going to be bumpy. But again, if you like those three and you want to get alpha picks, you can go over here to the link tree, linktr.ee. My suggestion is to get the bundle. Okay, this is Seeking Alpha Premium and Alpha Picks. Alpha Picks is a fantastic portfolio that has beaten the S&P since its inception. It's 2 picks per month. We're going to get one tomorrow. It is one on the 1st and one on the 15th of every month. They tell you when to sell. They just sold a stock yesterday. Go and look at yesterday's podcast. I showed it. I'm not going to tell you which one it is because they yell at me. But again, it is a great portfolio that has beaten the S&P. It shows you how to manage a portfolio. It's rules-based. And it's typically small cap stocks, which is not my forte. But my best performers have been those stocks. Now, if you want the bundle includes premium. So if you don't want alpha picks, you can at least get premium and save $30 and have a free 7-day trial. But let me show you one of the benefits of premium, okay? This is a stock screener that has the top stocks with short squeeze potential. Ironically, OppFi, which is one of the top 2025 stocks, is one of these. It's got a 16% short interest. Could it pop up on short? Absolutely. Meanwhile, its valuation is still really good. It's only trading at 10 times forward earnings. The profitability, questionable, but their gross profit margin is 100%. I don't understand how you get that, but it is. This is a financial stock. It's ranked number 2 out of 38. And this is the rabbit hole that you can go down. Lexicon, this is the number 1. Okay? And they're trading below their 52-week highs. Well below their 52-week highs. And back to the screener, if you want to screen some stocks, that's the top finance stocks. But back to the short screener, let's just hit the back button here. Why can't I get to it? A stock screener. These are all the stock screeners that I found. And it's down here, top strong buy stocks with short squeeze potential. And Fubo TV is in it. One that I thought was interesting is Calmain. LRN, which is Stride, which has just gone up a tremendous amount year to date. We can look at year to date. It's up 47% year to date. This is one of the top 2025 stocks from Seeking Alpha. Again, it's a rabbit hole you can go down. And I like it. So I was looking at this is all with Seeking Alpha Premium. So if you want premium and alpha picks, you can save $159 by going over to Linktree and click on the second link. If you want just premium, you can get $30 off and a free 7-day trial by going to the third link. The fourth link on Linktree is just alpha picks. Choose your poison. I like it. And one of the benefits of Seeking Alpha Premium, I got to set an alert. I talked about it earlier in the week. The trading desk. We can just go and look at the trading desk here. It changed from a strong sell in the quant to a sell. Okay, is that great? No. But when you go over here and you look at a chart, and I brought this up before, they had great earnings. Okay, it gapped up on earnings. Now, you've got a gap up here from, let's see, 85 to 120. You've also got a gap below. The gap below is about 71 to 73. So your risk reward here is if we start to fill this gap lower and it goes down to 64, at least you can get out at about 72, 73. So your risk is just that little bit. But if you go up, then you can go all the way up to 120 if this gap starts to fill. That's why I got this alert. The trading desk alert. It changed the quant rating. I expect it to continue to change because you can see if we just look at this chart right here, when it got those bad earnings and it said hold, that was when it changed in the quant. Now its valuation is still expensive. Understand, it's still expensive. But this is a growing stock. So when you look at the PEG ratio, it's 1.43. I want to get into this as it starts to fill this. My father owns a bunch of this. We have ridden it down. We haven't added. I wish we would have, because in 33 days, it's up 65%. You've almost doubled your money in a month on this stock. Again, any reaction is an overreaction. I set alerts and I have a plan. That's the key. So again, I use alerts on both Seeking Alpha and TrendSpider because sometimes the simplest strategies are the best. And look at this nice green and red chart. Okay, this is what's called the 821 EMA cross. Go and Google it. It is a very popular technical trading strategy. TrendSpider makes it super easy with a custom indicator that you can import into your setup. It's a super popular technical strategy, and you can see the gains that have happened This is just since July 2022. Okay, it got you out. See how it exited right there before Liberation Day? And unlike my Liberation Day strategy, it got you back in at 547 and you're trading at 586. So if you want TrendSpider, it's the top link on Trend right here. Okay, you sign up for an annual plan. You can go and try it out. Try out the 821 EMA custom indicator. Try out the Weinstein indicator. Try out any one of the indicators for $20. Sign up for an annual plan. Go back to Linktree, and my email address is right up here in the upper right. Email me, and I will send you my 4-hour algorithm. I will send you all the watch lists that I have. I will send you every tool that I have in TrendSpider that I use daily to manage my own personal portfolio. Okay? And one strategy we've talked about is when Trump tells you to buy, you buy. Yesterday in Saudi Arabia, he said it's going a lot higher. We've talked about it. He told you 2 months ago there was going to be pain for Liberation Day. There was. He told you today is a good day to buy stocks on the day the NASDAQ went up 11%. He told you last week it's a good time to buy the market. Did you? Because he's telling you again, buy. This isn't a strategy. This is simply a president who is guiding you that he's going to do things to manipulate the market upwards. And then he boarded his jet. And I'm getting a lot of stuff, but he boarded his jet. Just look on your screen. I still can't believe they're gifting him a jet. Now, I'm in the camp that, hey, if the jet is gifted to the United States, not to Trump personally, then it's a good thing because Boeing can't deliver the damn Air Force. It was ordered during Reagan's administration and they can't deliver Air Force One. Okay? That's just crazy to me. So again, have fun with it. I will tell you, I wound up buying a ton. When he told me to buy yesterday, I wound up buying a bunch of QQQ. Okay? I bought QQQM. And if you don't know the difference between QQQM and QQQ, go and research it. QQQM, I just buy. It's a lower expense rate. Virtually the same ETF. Okay? I bought QQQM in my buy and hold. I bought QQQ where I want to roll it over after a year. And I bought VOO. Those are the stocks I bought yesterday. I didn't do individual stocks. I just bought indexes. Why? Because we're back above the 200-day. And he said buy. I didn't follow the algorithm. I just poured a bunch of money in. I had it. And then when I looked yesterday, I went and looked at let me look at the individual stocks that I've got on my watch list. And this is a watch list that I share. And you can see on the watch list, Coinbase up 22%, SMCI up 13%, Anon up 12%, Oklo up 11%, GCT up 11%, CLS up 9%, Hood up 9%, Palantir up 8%, AppLovin up 8%, ALAB up 7%, Vistra Energy, VST up 7%, VRT, which is liquid cooling, is up 6%, GE Vernova up 6%, NBIS, which I've gone over, up 6%. Monday, up 6%. The list goes on and on. Again, this is a watch list that I share with everybody that signs up for an annual plan. It's there. The watch lists are right here on the upper right. And this in particular one is right behind my head. It's the Daily Stock Pick watch list. A huge list of winners yesterday. And so maybe you don't like this watch list. Maybe you say, hey, it's heavy tech and heavy risk. Well, you want growth and value? Seeking Alpha highlights 10 names that offer both growth and value. I'll include it in the newsletter. Maybe some of these fall into your realm. Okay, number one, just to hit it up for you, is PAA, Plains All American Pipeline, $12.37 billion. It's oil and gas. Strong buy in the quant. When was it a strong buy in the quant? Let's just look. It's just turned a strong buy when it was trading at 16. Today it's 17. So it's not too far off. When you look at the 52-week range, it's gone all the way up to 21. And it's not even the number one. You can analyze it with AI and you can look at it. I like MPLX. This one, Kinder Morgan Enterprise Central Energy Transfer, which I've gone over to as well before. This one has a yield of 8.65%. And we can look at PPA versus my favorite, MPLX. Let's look at it, because MPLX, I don't trade. I just buy and reinvest the dividends. At some point, it's going to turn down. But if you look at year to date, PAA is actually underperforming MPLX. 1 year, MPLX is doing much better. 3 year, MPLX is actually doing worse. So maybe PAA has some rebound coming, because year to date, it's only up 2%. MPLX is up 5%, and you get an 8% dividend during that time. You know, it's apples to apples. It's not exact, but again, that's just one of the things that you can use Seeking Alpha to try and find. Now, Airbnb announced, and I'm going to mute this one. I don't think there is music. But again, they announced this is the all-new Airbnb experience. I like it. I got to tell you, I like it. It's basically Airbnb is putting a concierge in their app. So when you go to a specific city or you go to a specific Airbnb, you can book services now. It's great. It's great. It literally, this bridges the gap between Airbnb and hotels. It's interesting. Now, when you look at the weekly chart, you're just down below your 200-day. I think the 200-day is there. Yep. There's the 200-day right there. It's at 135. So you're trading right at it. Airbnb is expensive. It's an expensive stock. Okay. It is 32 times forward earnings. Its PEG ratio, 2.81. Its growth, it's not great. It's got a D. Why? Because they're spending money. That's the problem. This is kind of like Uber paying the drivers. You got to pay your for your locations. And that's the problem. Now, is it the best out there in hotel resorts and cruise lines? No. What's the best? Carnival Cruise Line, which is an alpha pick. This one's a strong buy in the quant. And it's in the middle of its 52-week range at $22. It's gone all the way up to 28. What does Wall Street think that it's worth? 27. That's 7% upside. So you can pick and choose which one you want. Now, Disney, I was watching Kramer last night with Disney. They're a CEO of something, of programming or something. This is a strong buy in the quant. What does Wall Street think that it's worth? $123, which is only 11%. But I have been saying, when Disney was under 100, did you buy it? The 4-hour algorithm got you in here at 84. Now, I think it's a $120 stock and it rejects off there. Why? Because I think it's still expensive. When you look at the valuation, you're paying 19 times forward earnings. But if you've got kids and they're begging you to go to Disney, this is a stock that should be in your portfolio because you're going to spend $5,000 at Disney. Why not get some money back by investing in the company? They announced their ESPN service yesterday at $30. Again, Disney is coming up. What's the target price that you're going to see? Probably 120. Again, I don't see it growing above that 120 because I see it getting above there. You know, if you look at the weekly, there's the 120 right there. You've hit it once, you've hit it twice, you've hit it 3 times, you've hit it 4 times, you hit it 5 times. This could be 6 times. That's a very clear resistance point, but it's a very clear magnet when you get under 100. That's a strategy. Now, I want to ask you, this is Chris Camillo's $529 savings for his kids' college. We talk about risk tolerance all the time. Could you sleep at night? This is the entire portfolio. Tesla, NVDA, Robinhood, and TQQQ. He buys and holds a triple leveraged ETF. Could you sleep at night if your multi-million-dollar portfolio was in Tesla, NVIDIA, Hood, and TQQ? I could not. That's why I won't ever turn $60,000 into $600 million or whatever he did. but he's got a thesis on every one of these stocks. He's talked about his NVIDIA thesis recently, and he even put it out there, and I put it out there for you. Buy it under 100. It is a quality stock. It is going to change AI. AI is the new oil for the Middle East. They are buying a ton of chips. He put that out there for you. Probably made you 8 or 10% over the last few days. Robinhood, they're changing the game. Robinhood is absolutely changing the game. So again, could you sleep at night? Risk tolerance is a real thing. Now, the UNH story is one of the most bizarre stories out there. It's crazy. Bottom line, America's largest companies has now lost nearly half its value in a month, and the CEO, who made $23 million last year, just quit and pulled guidance. I pulled it out of the core portfolio yesterday. I don't believe that this stock has any hope, of long term. You can absolutely trade it. Any reaction is an overreaction. And this morning it's up 4%. Valuation wise, it is a crazy good value, but I just don't think that it has any kind of win. What are you going to do? Raise prices for consumers? The White House is going to come out there for you. What are you going to do? Pay less for services? White House is going to come out there for you. What are you going to do? Medicare is going to cut their costs? Yeah. So I just don't see any upside to this one, but it is one of the craziest stories. Now, a good story is Google. Google Chief Scientist Jeff Dean: we will have AI systems operating at the level of junior engineers within a year. Want to know how they're going to monetize stuff? This is it. This is it. This is how AI will get monetized. Because if you can operate AI at a junior engineer level, they're working 24/7. There's no health care. There's no employment taxes. There's no 401k or any benefits to pay. It is simply an agent. There's no regulation. There's no 1099s. There's nothing. There's no annual performance review. There's no growth. There's nothing. It is an AI agent operating at a junior engineer. And that is positive for the stock. Now, it's not going to get over the hurdle that Google has, which is, hey, we're losing some search revenue. So there is a narrative out there that is going to hurt Google. But if they are able to do this, that's going to be bullish. Now, here's another bullish thing. When your CEO is doing customer support, that means he's engaged. And an engaged CEO is going to be a good CEO. He is out there. He is looking at the business. I still want him to do advertising on the on YouTube TV. But again, he's out there doing it. It's bullish. Do I just sold Google because I think there are better opportunities out there, but I still hold a large amount of Google. I took some profits. I put it in there. I think this is a good thing. Another good thing, NVIDIA gained leads chip stocks higher amid Saudi Arabia mega deal. This is big. Can't stop, won't stop. It's bound to push upwards as Trump starts doing. He starts doling out data centers to allies. This is the new gold. This is the new gold. And so when you take a look at NVIDIA at 133, it's at 133. I said it was getting up to this 130. This is going to be the range that will determine if we get to 160 or not. It is a major, major step because NVIDIA also, again, is a $3 trillion company. It will not become a $6 trillion company over the next year. So that 120, you will not get to 240. You will not get to 240. Wall Street thinks it's 163. That's a 25% upside. I talk about risk reward all the time. I don't think there's a ton of risk in this stock. You want to know why? Because their valuation is at 29 times forward earnings with their growth. And if they continue to grow at this pace, that will be phenomenal. And when I talked about yesterday, We're going to select metrics, and we're going to say valuation, and we're going to say PE, trailing 12 months. We're going to look at the trailing 12 months PE. Look at the 1 year. It's come down. Okay? Look at the 3 year. We're back to where it was in 2022. And if you look at this stock in 2022, where was it trading? In 2022, you were down at $15. Your PE has not gone up by that much. Okay? It just hasn't gone up by that much. Open with, I need to open this one. I forgot to open this one. And here it is. NVIDIA not stopping overnight. Bloomberg reports after hours that based on the repeal of AI diffusion rules, NVIDIA may be eligible to sell 500,000 chips a year to the UAE until 2027. AI is not cyclical. It's not. Again, NVIDIA, big deal. And its biggest supplier of racks just signed a deal with the Saudis. They got an upgrade. From Raymond James and a $41 price target. Where are you trading in pre-market? 46. It's up another 20%. Now, I don't own this one. I don't want to own this one. It is, just scandal after scandal. I think you can trade this. And in the 4-hour algorithm, you make 172% versus 179% buying and holding for 2 years. Your positions, 26. You win 46% of the time. It just got you in at 33. You're trading at 46. Boy, don't you wish you had an alert set up on that 4-hour algorithm. That's it. And maybe you want a YOLO on crypto. But one of the leading analysts on Wall Street, Marko Kolanovic, he had some super strong words, which reminds us of Buffett and Munger saying that crypto is worthless. He basically said crypto is rat poison. I am buying and holding IBIT. Okay? I don't know exactly where Bitcoin's going, but I buy and hold IBIT. That's it. I'm not trading in meme coins. I'm not doing anything else. So there's your market update. There's not much today. Remember, all the specials are over here. If you want, one of the things that I do suggest in this market, because we are in a bull market again, is getting a Webull account. Separate that large account that you have with a smaller account where you can bet in. In fact, I'm going to show you my Webull account balance right now because I put $1,000 in there a couple of years ago, and I'm up at $11,660. So $11,660. There is no way I would trade my large Fidelity account the way I trade this one. There is no way I could ever do that. You can't trade millions of dollars that way. I am not Chris Camillo that has NVIDIA, Robinhood, Tesla, and TQQQ. I wouldn't be able to sleep at night. So if you have any questions, hit me up. Again, Linktree is where everything is. My email address is up there. If you want to get the premium and alpha picks, you save over $159. If you want just premium, you can save $30, free 7-day trial. If you want alpha picks, you save $50 off. We get another alpha pick tomorrow. And of course, TRENDSPIDER, you can try it out for $20. Okay, have a great day. I will talk to you tomorrow. Bye.
Every morning I wake up to the sound of the trading bell. My heart starts to pound. Daily stock pick trading podcast in my ears, guiding me through my hopes and fears. Tune in daily, don't miss a single show. Sign up for the newsletter, let us help you grow. Taking risks, making moves, seeking success. Together we'll conquer, no room for any less. Every morning I wake up to the sound of the trading bell. My heart starts to pound. Daily stock pick trading podcast in my ears, guiding me through my hopes and fears.